When God initiates a move in your life, there are signs not loud, not always obvious, but clear, holy whispers to the Spirit. And if you are in a season right now where everything feels like it's being shaken, if your normal routines have been disrupted, if people you thought were permanent are suddenly pulling away, if the space around you feels tighter, heavier, smaller, more draining, that is not chaos. It is not confusion. That is divine disruption. A holy rerouting. And God is saying, I can't let you stay where you are, because what I promised you is not here. Let's walk through the signs that you're being divinely relocated and how to recognize what heaven is setting up. The first sign is a sacred discontent, not frustration, not rebellion, but a peaceful stirring in your soul that something is done, something is complete. You look at the walls of your room, and they no longer inspire you. You look around at your community and feel strangely detached, not because you're ungrateful, but because something inside you is rising above the current level. It's not arrogance, it's alignment, because what used to fit no longer does. And it's not your fault. It's a signal that God is saying, you've outgrown this. Assignment. Pack light. Something new is coming. John 13:7 says, Jesus replied, you do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. You don't need to understand everything about this move now. You just need to be sensitive to the shift. The second sign is the breaking of routine. Suddenly, you're not drawn to the same things anymore. The coffee shop you used to visit doesn't call to you the same way. Your drive home feels different. You stop mid-task and wonder, why am I still here? Your favorite parts of the day start to feel off. That's heaven gently removing the glue of your old rhythm, not to punish you, not to leave you empty. But to prepare you for a new rhythm of life. Because when you move, your schedule will change. Your mornings will feel different. Your pace will be calmer. Your creativity will flow again. You'll breathe deeper without even noticing. That's how you'll know this move was spiritual before it ever became physical. And some of you already feel it. You just didn't have language for it until now. If this is confirming what's been happening in your life lately, write in the comments right now. God is realigning me. I surrender to the shift. That declaration will seal this word over your life. Let's continue. The third sign that you're about to move is the arrival of strange provision. Unexpected money. A refund you didn't anticipate. A friend or stranger who blesses you out of nowhere. A bill that gets reduced. Or maybe you're offered an opportunity that seems completely out of the blue, a job in a different city, a new stream of income that allows you to be mobile, a divine connection with someone in a different region. These are not coincidences. They are breadcrumbs from heaven. God knows moving takes money. God knows transition requires resources. So before he asks you to pack, he will start to fill your hands. He did it with the Israelites. He told them to leave Egypt, but he didn't send them out empty. Exodus 12:35-36 says, the Israelites did as Moses instructed. They asked the Egyptians for silver and gold jewelry and for clothing, so they plundered the Egyptians. In other words, they didn't just leave. They left loaded. And beloved, you will too. The God who's calling you out is the God who's also paying for the journey. Your move will be funded by favor. You won't have to beg. You won't have to plead. You will be sustained. Watch for these provisions. They are clues that the transition is already activated. The fourth sign is dreams and visions that show unfamiliar places. You may see yourself in a different home. You may dream of streets you've never walked. You may see yourself praying in an unfamiliar room, or waking up and feeling surprised by the peace around you. You may even wake up and miss that dream home even though you've never seen it before in real life. Beloved, this is heaven's preview. It is not fantasy. It is not imagination. It's spiritual memory catching up to prophetic destiny, because the angels are already surrounding the space you're moving to. The windows are already open. The sunlight is already flowing in. Your name is already assigned to the entryway. And those dreams? That's God allowing your spirit to walk ahead of your body. Job 33:15-16 says, "In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people, he opens their ears and terrifies them with warnings." Not all dreams come with warnings. Some come with direction. And if you've seen the unfamiliar yet peaceful place in your spirit, recently start preparing. Write it down. Pray over it. Ask God to confirm it. He will. Because what's coming is real. And he wants you to be emotionally and spiritually ready for it. Now. The fifth sign is one many people overlook. The rise of opposition before the move. Suddenly, everything feels like it's falling apart. People start misunderstanding you. Financial pressure increases. You face random technical issues. Things around your house begin breaking or needing replacement. And you ask, why now, God? Why all this pressure? Because you're being pushed out. Spiritually, the grace for your current location is lifting. And when grace lifts, discomfort enters. Not to harm you, but to move you. Because if it stayed easy, you'd stay planted where God is no longer building. It's not that your current location is cursed. It's just complete. Heaven is saying, don't resist this discomfort to use it as confirmation. Pack your faith. Prepare your heart. We're moving. Some of you are already being offered unusual connections. Someone you haven't spoken to in years reaches out. A job post catches your attention. You hear the same city or neighborhood name over and over again. Beloved, God speaks through patterns. Don't dismiss the repetition. He is revealing the blueprint little by little, like puzzle pieces forming a picture. And guess what? That picture? It's the place he's promised you. That peaceful home. That restored atmosphere. That breakthrough waiting on the other side of obedience. When God initiates a move in your life, there are signs, not loud, not always obvious, but clear, holy whispers to the Spirit. And if you are in a season right now where everything feels like it's being shaken, if your normal routines have been disrupted, if people you thought were permanent are suddenly pulling away, if the space around you feels tighter, heavier, smaller, more draining, that is not chaos. It is not confusion. It is divine disruption. Hey, holy rerouting. And God is saying, I can't let you stay where you are, because what I promised you is not here. Let's walk through the signs that you're being divinely relocated and how to recognize what heaven is setting up. The first sign is a sacred discontent, not frustration, not rebellion, but a peaceful stirring in your soul that something is done, something is complete. You look at the walls of your room and they no longer inspire you. You look around at your community and feel strangely detached, not because you're ungrateful, but because something inside you is rising above the current level. It's not arrogance, it's alignment, because what used to fit no longer does. And it's not your fault. It's a signal that God is saying, you've outgrown this. Assignment. Pack light. Something new is coming. John 13:7 says, Jesus replied, you do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. You don't need to understand everything about this move now. You just need to be sensitive to the shift. The second sign is the breaking of routine. Suddenly, you're not drawn to the same things anymore. The coffee shop you used to visit doesn't call to you the same way. Your drive home feels different. You stop mid-task and wonder, why am I still here? Your favorite parts of the day start to feel off. That's heaven gently removing the glue of your old rhythm, not to punish you, not to leave you empty. But to prepare you for a new rhythm of life. Because when you move, Your schedule will change. Your mornings will feel different. Your pace will be calmer. Your creativity will flow again. You'll breathe deeper without even noticing. That's how you'll know. This move was spiritual before it ever became physical, and some of you already feel it. You just didn't have language for it. Until now. If this is confirming what's been happening in your life lately, write in the comments right now. God is realigning me. I surrender to the shift. That declaration will seal this word over your life. Let's continue. The third sign that you're about to move is the arrival of strange provision. Unexpected money. A refund you didn't anticipate. A friend or stranger who blesses you out of nowhere. A bill that gets reduced. Or maybe you're offered an opportunity that seems completely out of the blue, a job in a different city. A new stream of income that allows you to be mobile. A divine connection with someone in a different region. These are not coincidences. They are breadcrumbs from heaven. God knows moving takes money. God knows transition requires resources. So before he asks you to pack, he will start to fill your hands. He did it with the Israelites. He told them to leave Egypt, but he didn't send them out empty. Exodus 12:35-36 says, the Israelites did as Moses instructed. They asked the Egyptians for silver and gold jewelry and for clothing, so they plundered the Egyptians. In other words, they didn't just leave. They left loaded. And beloved, you will too. The God who's calling you out is the God who's also paying for the journey. Your move will be funded by favor. You won't have to beg. You won't have to plead. You will be sustained. Watch for these provisions. They are clues that the transition is already activated. The fourth sign is dreams and visions that show unfamiliar places. You may see yourself in a different home. You may dream of streets you've never walked. You may see yourself praying in an unfamiliar room, or waking up and feeling surprised by the peace around you. You may even wake up and miss that dream home, even though you've never seen it before in real life. Beloved, this is heaven's preview. It is not fantasy. It is not imagination. It's spiritual memory catching up to prophetic destiny. Because the angels are already surrounding the space you're moving to. The windows are already open. The sunlight is already flowing in. Your name is already assigned to the entryway. And those dreams? That's God allowing your spirit to walk ahead of your body. Job 33:15-16 says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people, he opens their ears and terrifies them with warnings. Not all dreams come with warnings. Some come with direction. And if you've seen the unfamiliar, yet peaceful place in your spirit, recently start preparing. Write it down. Pray over it. Ask God to confirm it. He will. Because what's coming is real. And he wants you to be emotionally and spiritually ready for it. Now, the fifth sign is one many people overlook. The rise of opposition before the move. Suddenly, everything feels like it's falling apart. People start misunderstanding you. Financial pressure increases. You face random technical issues. Things around your house begin breaking or needing replacement. And you ask, why now, God? Why all this pressure? Because you're being pushed out. Spiritually, the grace for your current location is lifting. And when grace lifts, discomfort enters. Not to harm you, but to move you. Because if it stayed easy, you'd stay planted where God is no longer building. It's not that your current location is cursed. It's just complete. Heaven is saying, don't resist this discomfort. Use it as confirmation. Pack your faith. Prepare your heart. We're moving. Some of you are already being offered unusual connections. Someone you haven't spoken to in years reaches out. A job post catches your attention. You hear the same city or neighborhood name over and over again. Beloved, God speaks through patterns. Don't dismiss the repetition. He is revealing the blueprint little by little like puzzle pieces forming a picture. And guess what? That picture? It's the place he's promised you, that peaceful home, that restored atmosphere, that breakthrough waiting on the other side of obedience. So now I invite you, like this video now, if this word is resonating with your spirit, it's not for everyone. Close your eyes for a moment. Beloved, take a deep breath. Now allow your heart to quiet down enough to receive this. There is a place, not just any place, your place. And it's already waiting for you. It's not just a house. It's not just a room or apartment or condo or countryside cottage. It's a sanctuary. Space heaven has carved out just for you. And the moment your feet cross its threshold, something will click in your soul. It will feel like you've walked into a memory, not one you created, but one God had stored up for you before you were born. This is it. You'll say, you won't even know. Why? You'll just know. The light will fall a certain way through the windows. The air will be peaceful, almost still. There will be no anxiety in your chest, only a soft, sacred stillness. That is how you will know this place has been chosen for you, because where there is divine alignment, there is divine calm. Colossians 3:15 reminds us, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you are called to peace. Peace is not passive. Peace is the voice of God saying yes. So what does this picture of your future place look like? Let's walk through it. First, it will not be overly flashy. It might not be the most luxurious option. It might not be the biggest, but there will be something about it that makes your soul feel safe. That's what makes it divine. This new place will carry ease. It will not require striving. You won't have to twist arms to get the lease approved. You won't have to beg anyone for favor. Doors will open softly, like they've been waiting for you. God's hand will go before you. And even if there are small obstacles along the way, they'll feel like pebbles, not boulders. The picture you will step into will look like this: unforced rhythms, simple beauty, quiet peace. You'll notice little things that seem made just for you. A built-in shelf in the perfect place for your books or prayer candles. A small window in the bathroom that lets in gentle morning sun. A corner that feels like it was crafted for worship or journaling. A porch or balcony or patch of ground that calls you outside to breathe and pray. These aren't random features. They are heaven's design touches. Because when God prepares a place for you, he does it like a father preparing a room for his child. He thinks of everything. Matthew 6:8 says, your Father knows what you need before you ask him. Before you even looked at the listing. Before you dreamed of relocating. Before you told anyone what was on your heart. God already saw this place. He already blessed it. He already filled it with future joy. He already sent angels ahead of you to dwell in it, making the air holy with expectancy. You'll know it's yours because of the joy you feel as you walk through it. Not a worldly joy, but that deep kind of spiritual recognition that says, I've never been here, but somehow I know it. That's not nostalgia. That's divine familiarity, because your spirit already visited in prayer. Your heart was already drawn here in dreams. And when the timing finally aligns, your physical feet will catch up with what heaven already confirmed. I want to pause and ask you now to do something sacred. Type in the comments right now, God, I'm ready to recognize what you've prepared. That declaration becomes your agreement. It becomes a light that guides your next steps. Let's talk now about the emotions you'll experience as this move draws near. One day, you'll feel excited, like you can't wait to go. And the next day, you'll feel uncertain, like maybe you misheard God. This is normal. Spiritual transition almost always comes with a mix of feelings, because your spirit is moving before your body does. And your soul, your emotions, are simply catching up. Be gentle with yourself. you are not doubting God. You are adjusting to the new pace of destiny. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to release the old place through worship, do it. If you need to walk through every room of your current space and bless it with thanks, go ahead. That's how you make room for what's next. Leaving doesn't mean you're ungrateful. God means God is trusting you with greater territory. Deuteronomy 1-6 reminds us, "The Lord our God said to us at Horeb, you have stayed long enough at this mountain. You have stayed long enough that the walls around you have heard enough of your pain. The ceiling above you has witnessed enough of your tears. The air around you has carried the weight of your waiting season long enough. It's time. It's time for a home that holds your next chapter. It's time for laughter in new hallways. It's time for quiet mornings where your soul can expand unburdened. It's time to dream again. And the place you're going? It's not just physical, it's spiritual atmosphere. You're stepping into a promised land of peace. And for someone watching right now, I hear this clearly: you will not move alone. There is a companion, a helper, a partner whose spirit is also being prepared right now, in a different location, and your move will align you with them. The move is not just about a new address. It's about a new covenant. So do not be surprised if right after you move, someone divinely appointed comes into your life. Someone kind, someone aligned, someone who prays before they speak, someone who will treat your home like sacred ground, because they too have been in transition. And their arrival will confirm that your move wasn't just relocation. It was activation. Psalm 16:6 says, "The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance." That's what you're stepping into. a pleasant place, a delightful inheritance. A holy atmosphere built for growth, intimacy with God, rest, and revival. Beloved, there's something sacred about preparing your heart before you prepare your bags. When God is getting ready to move you, He doesn't just lead your footsteps. He shapes your mindset. Because no matter how beautiful the place is, no matter how divine the opportunity, if your heart is still entangled in the past, it's easy to carry yesterday's weight into tomorrow's blessing. That's why the angels are urging you now. Begin to prepare, not frantically, not in fear, but in peace, in praise, in prophetic rhythm. Because this move isn't rushed. It's reverent. It's the kind of transition that heaven wants you to walk through with awareness and joy, knowing that each step forward is covered in favor. So, how do you prepare spiritually for a move like this? Let's start with the first instruction. Bless where you are now. Before you exit this current space, this apartment, this town, this chapter, thank God for what it gave you. You may have cried here. You may have battled here. You may have endured silent nights here. But this place carried your prayers. This place held your healing. You might not want to stay here, but even this place was part of your becoming. Bless it. Walk through each room and thank God for one thing you survived in it. Say, "Lord, I thank you for the peace that began in this room, even if it didn't finish here. I thank you for every tear that taught me how to trust you." Because when you leave a place with gratitude, you make room for greater grace. Philippians 4-6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." The second instruction is this: clean your inner house. Before you cross the threshold into your new space, ask yourself, what am I still carrying emotionally that God is not asking me to bring? Because some of us are trying to pack things. Heaven is trying to remove bitterness, unforgiveness, old relational wounds, doubt, fear, self-protection. These don't belong in your new atmosphere. Your new place will be too holy for the old residue. You don't want to fill a room of peace with the dust of old disappointments. That's why the angels are gently calling you now to release, to forgive, to let go. Even if the apology never came, even if the closure was incomplete. Let your soul be light again, because your next season depends on your emotional capacity to receive it. Ephesians 4:31-32 says, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." Let this verse become your prayer of preparation. Now, the third way to spiritually prepare for your move is this. Ask God to clarify what needs to stay behind. Not everything you own right now is meant to go with you. And that's not just about furniture or clothes. It's also about patterns, habits, alliances, and old mindsets. There are relationships that served a season, but not a lifetime. There are ways you used to think about money, about worth, about God that no longer fit the new you God is awakening. Ask God in prayer, what no longer serves me in this next assignment? And then listen, because the Lord will be faithful to highlight things that are outdated in your journey. This is not about discarding people. It's about discerning what is still aligned with your destiny. Remember what Hebrews 12:1 says. Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. You cannot run with your hands full of things that weigh you down. This move is about lightness, freedom, clarity, not clutter. So as you start to pack or plan or even pray about the move, ask, is this item, this connection, this belief helping me move in God's rhythm or holding me back? When you begin asking that sincerely, heaven begins responding clearly. Now, the fourth instruction is very important. Dedicate the new space before you ever enter it. Even if you don't know the exact address yet, even if you haven't found the home or signed the papers, begin now to speak over your future dwelling. Begin now to cover it in spiritual preparation. Pray prayers like, Father, wherever you are taking me, I speak your peace into that place. Let no spirit but yours dwell there. Let angels surround the threshold. Let worship be the atmosphere. Let favor find me when I arrive. This, beloved, is not imagination. This is prophetic preparation. It's the same thing Moses did when he told the Israelites to mark their doorposts with the blood of the Lamb. He was preparing their homes in advance for protection and promise. And though your covenant is now in Christ, the principle remains the same. Your declaration sets the spiritual tone of your next location. Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Speak life into your future walls. Speak warmth into the rooms. Speak harmony into the kitchen. Speak revelation into your prayer corner. Your words are not empty, they are seeds. They will bloom when your feet arrive at the place. The fifth way to prepare is this. Ask for angelic guidance daily. Sometimes during transition, the enemy tries to sneak in confusion. He'll try to make you second-guess the timing. He'll stir up fear about finances. He'll whisper lies like, "You're not ready. You're just imagining this." This is where you need the reinforcement of God's messengers. Psalm 91:11 says, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Yes, angels are guarding you right now, but you can invite their assistance consciously. You can say, "Father, I thank you for the angels assigned to me. Guide me in wisdom. Let them lead me to the right place, at the right time, with the right people. Let no counterfeit option distract me." When you say this in faith, the angels respond in clarity. Suddenly, things that looked confusing become simple. Doors close gently and open powerfully. You begin to recognize this is not me being smart. This is me being led. That's the fruit of divine relocation. You're not forcing it. You're flowing with it. the move will begin to make sense. And in this next stretch of the journey, I encourage you to write things down. Keep a journal of what God shows you. If you see a dream, write it. If someone gives you a word of confirmation, write it. If a location keeps appearing in your prayer time or daily life, write it. These become the road signs of your relocation. They help you discern when the moment to move has arrived. The move is in motion now, even if you don't see the full picture yet, even if the keys haven't been handed to you, even if the address is still unknown to your human eyes, beloved. Something in the Spirit has already shifted. It's not a matter of if, it's now a matter of when. And when God begins to usher you into new territory, there's one thing He deeply desires for you to carry: confidence, not arrogance, not pride, but holy, quiet, unshakable confidence. The kind that says, I may not have seen the breakthrough yet, but I know the one who goes before me. You are not moving because of your own plans. You are moving because heaven has assigned you to new land. And because of that, beloved, you don't have to walk in uncertainty or fear. You can walk in assurance. Isaiah 30:21 says, whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you, saying, this is the way. Walk in it. This is God's promise to you. He's not just telling you to go. He's walking with you. He's whispering direction, softly and consistently, even when your own thoughts get loud. Even when timelines feel unclear, His voice remains steady. So today, as the picture of your move comes into focus, the angels want to guide you in how to remain confident, steady, and spiritually anchored in the process. Let's begin here. The first principle is this: trust that God's timing is always exact. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten in a waiting room. God has not misplaced you. You're in a divine holding pattern, not for delay, but for development. There are things being arranged behind the scenes: documents, approvals, favor, supernatural releases that must align perfectly before your move takes place. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's not because God said no. It's because He's preparing a perfect yes. Psalm 31:15 says, my times are in your hands. That's a declaration you must repeat when doubt knocks at the door. My times are in your hands, Lord. Say it until your heart believes it. Say it until anxiety breaks. Say it until peace floods you again. The second principle to remember is this: the place you are going to is also being prepared for you. This isn't a one-way transaction. As God prepares you, He's also preparing the people, the environment, and the exact timing of your arrival. The landlord is being softened. The neighborhood is being positioned. Even the neighbors, the spiritual climate, the energy of the space, it's all being touched by God. You are not walking into neutral ground. You're walking into territory already marked by grace. Hebrews 11:10 speaks of Abraham, saying, for he was looking forward to the city with foundations, whose architect and builder is God. Your new dwelling has been architected by God. He sees what you need before you do. He knows what layout will help you breathe deeper. He knows which area is safest for your growth, your family, your next assignment. You are not guessing. You are being guided. Let that sink deep into your soul. The third principle to hold on to is this: when the place is right, the peace will speak louder than the price. Yes, sometimes the numbers may not make sense at first, but where there is divine approval, there is divine provision. You won't need to hustle or panic to afford what God has assigned to you. The same God who gives you a vision is the God who provides the resources. So don't let fear of finances sabotage your faith in the process. Instead, declare like David in Psalm 23:1, the Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. If it's from God, it will be possible that it may stretch your faith, but it will not break your peace. You'll know it's the right door because it won't require you to compromise your rest. your values, or your calling. Yes, there may be practical steps, phone calls to make, paperwork to fill, wise stewardship, but even through that, the undercurrent will be peace. That's how you'll know. Let's talk now about how to identify the exact place when it appears. Because for many of you watching right now, God has already been giving you clues. Maybe it's the city name that keeps popping up. Maybe it's a specific house layout that keeps appearing in dreams. Maybe it's a recurring number, a street name, or even the color of a front door. God will confirm his promise with patterns. When the right place comes up, here's what you may notice. You feel unexplainably at ease when looking at it. Even online, something inside you leaps like when Elizabeth heard Mary's voice and her baby leaped in her womb. Luke 1:41. Barriers fall away smoothly. Maybe someone responds quickly. A long wait is suddenly shortened. A deadline is pushed back just for you. It feels like home even before you arrive. Your spirit starts picturing where things would go. Not just furniture, but dreams, routines, quiet moments of worship. It aligns with words or prayers you spoke months ago. You may even realize you described it in your journal without knowing. Beloved, this is how you recognize the place. When your soul settles and your spirit leaps, that's the place. So what do you do in the meantime between knowing it's coming and seeing it with your eyes? You guard your confidence. This is important because the waiting can feel like warfare. This is when the enemy will try to speak the loudest. He'll say things like, "It's taking too long. You heard wrong. Nothing is changing." But remember, confusion is not from God. 1 Corinthians 14:33 says, "For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace." So if your confidence starts shaking, go back to the last thing God told you. Did he give you a dream? Did he whisper a confirmation? Did you feel peace when you started packing? That's your anchor. Hold on to that word like Noah held on to God's voice when building the ark, even while everyone else questioned him. This is the same spiritual discipline you must now walk in, because while the move may be physical, the battleground is in the mind. So here's a prophetic action I want you to take today. Speak confidently over your future dwelling. Say out loud, "My home is being prepared. The doors are opening for me. I will not miss what God has assigned. I trust his timing, his leading, and his provision. I will walk into my new space with praise, not panic." Let your home, wherever it is, begin to echo with faith, even before your feet touch its floor. And one more thing, beloved, begin to worship now like you've already arrived. Play music that fills the room with thanksgiving. Dance in your living room. Thank God for the neighborhood you're about to bless. Because this move is not just about a location. It's about the light you're about to carry into it. Your home will become an altar. Your kitchen will be a place of joy. Your bedroom will be a place of rest and visitation. Your front door will be a portal of divine encounters. People will walk in and feel peace before you say a word, because this home is not just yours, it's heaven's outpost. Beloved, when you're in transition, the most important thing you can do is stay in divine communication, because a move, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, requires more than a to-do list. Requires a tuned-in heart. A heart that knows where to rest and where to move. A heart that can sense when something is right, even when it doesn't make sense on paper. And the only way to maintain that kind of discernment is through prayer. Not just reactive prayer. But daily, steady, spirit-led communion with the One who goes before you. So today, I want to speak directly to your spirit and walk with you through the kind of prayer life God is asking you to step into during the season of movement. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to pray long, poetic prayers. You simply need to be sincere, present, and available for God's whispers. Psalm 145:18 says, "The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. That is your invitation. So let us begin by crafting your morning rhythm. When you wake up during this time of transition, don't rush. Instead, give God your very first breath. Before you check your phone, before you scan the listings, before you step into action, say, Lord, I give you this day. Let my steps be your steps. Guide me to what is aligned. Guard me from what is counterfeit. Let peace be the confirmation of your voice. I trust that where you lead me is where I will thrive. This kind of morning alignment shifts your entire atmosphere. Suddenly, decisions become less anxious. Suddenly, your eyes become sharp to notice divine cues, street names, signs, conversations that feel like confirmations. That's what happens when your soul starts the day in submission instead of survival. The second part of your daily prayer life in this season is this. Bless your current space and speak life into your future. As you clean, as you cook, as you sit in your room, speak aloud. This place has served me. It has kept me, and I release it with gratitude. I now prepare my spirit to welcome the new home you have designed for me. Let it be peaceful. Let it be safe. Let it be beautiful. Let it hold laughter and healing. Let it draw the right people and protect me from the wrong ones. This type of declaration activates angels, because words of faith are invitations for heaven to step in and make preparation real. Psalm 37:5 says, Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. You are not just moving in the natural. You are committing your way, your path, your location, your destiny. Every time you pray, speak, or declare from that posture, the path becomes straighter. And when your path is aligned, nothing can block what is yours. Now, for those moments throughout the day when doubt creeps in, when something falls through, when a house is sold before you can see it, when finances feel tight, when silence stretches longer than you hoped, I want you to use this prayer. Father, I will not let today's delay rob me of tomorrow's promise. I choose to trust your pace over my pressure. I silence every voice of fear, and I replace it with your word. You make all things beautiful in your time. You may not feel the breakthrough instantly, but this kind of prayer forms a spiritual wall around your faith. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Not in your time. In its time. That means if it's not here yet, then it's still being made beautiful. Trust that. Now let's speak about evening prayer. How you end your day in alignment with the move. Before you sleep, take just 5 quiet minutes. Turn everything off. Lay your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly. And say, Thank you, God, for guiding me today. Even when I didn't see the full picture, I know you were moving behind the scenes. If you gave me a sign today, help me remember it. If I missed it, I ask you to show me again gently, clearly, and with love. I go to sleep now not in anxiety, but in expectancy. This small act of reverence closes your day with trust. And trust is what builds confidence in your next season. It reminds your soul that you are not hustling into a new address. You are being led there. And the one leading you doesn't sleep. He doesn't forget. He doesn't delay without reason. He watches over every detail, every yes, every no, every door, and every key. Isaiah 26:3 says, You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. Let that be you. Let your mind remain steadfast, even if nothing looks different yet, because peace isn't based on change. Peace is based on trust. Now let me offer you a simple daily affirmation you can repeat during this move season. I am not behind. I am not forgotten. My new place is prepared. My spirit is at rest. Angels are guiding me. I will walk in peace. I will walk in wisdom. I will walk in perfect timing. Speak this as you walk around your room. Speak it as you drive. Speak it while you pack or while you wait for the green light to start. It may feel small, but this is the kind of habit that builds a spiritual rhythm strong enough to carry you through any uncertainty. One more prophetic instruction. Beloved, fast for clarity, even if it's one meal a day. Even if it's just a digital fast turning off distractions for a few hours. Fasting is not about manipulation. It's about making room. When you fast, you are saying to God, I care more about hearing you than feeding my flesh. And that kind of heart posture opens the floodgates of clarity. Suddenly, you dream vividly again. You feel clear nudges in your spirit. Scripture leaps off the page with new direction. This is how spiritual preparation becomes movement. This is how prophetic revelation becomes practical relocation. So, in this sacred time, keep your journal close. Write what you hear. Write the city name that keeps coming back. Write the moment you saw a door number that made your spirit leap. Write the word that stranger said to you at the store. That felt oddly specific. These are not coincidences. These are breadcrumbs from heaven. Your path is not random. That is covered. And as we move deeper into this journey together, I want you to say this now in the comments. I'm preparing daily. Heaven is leading me. Let that be your flag in the ground. Let the angels see it. Let the enemy see it. You're not moving on impulse. You're moving by instruction. You're not forcing the door. You're standing in front of it with peace. And soon, very soon, lock will click, the handle will turn, and you will know, this is it. This is the place. Beloved, as you prepare to step into your new season, I want you to know something very important. The blessing is not just in the moving. It's in what's waiting for you when you arrive. The angels are not only guiding your steps, they are also preparing the surprises, and some of them will shock you. Because God is not simply relocating you for convenience. He's doing it for revelation. He's moving you into a space that holds things you didn't even know you needed. Yes, the walls will be new. Yes, the environment may change. But deeper than that, there are spiritual inheritances waiting for you inside, the very place your feet are about to touch. Let me tell you what the angels are whispering. There are divine appointments already scheduled. There are conversations that will change your life. There are doors that only open once you're in the right location. There are blessings hidden in plain sight, but they cannot reveal themselves until you show up. This is why it's important to prepare your heart, not just your calendar. Because if you move casually, you may treat divine encounters like coincidences. But if you move with spiritual sensitivity, you will begin to recognize them for what they are, heavenly setups. Let's take a look at Deuteronomy 28:2, which says, all these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey the Lord, your God. The word accompany means that blessings don't just land once, they travel with you. They follow your obedience. They wait for your arrival. And for many of you listening now, there are blessings that have been waiting in that next address for years assigned to your name, your future, your family. You may think you're just looking for a home, a city, a peaceful neighborhood. But heaven is saying, you're looking for land, but I'm planting your legacy. Inside that new place is where your mind will clear in ways it hasn't in years. The right person will find you. Unexpected money will be released. A fresh business idea will be born. A child will thrive emotionally and academically. A marriage will find its healing. A long-awaited promise will finally come to life. Why? Because when God moves you, He doesn't just change your view. He changes your environmental atmosphere to match what He spoke over you. It's not just about having a better home. It's about living in a space that reflects your calling. Proverbs 3:6 says, in all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. That's what is happening right now. Your path is being straightened, not just so you can arrive, but so you can thrive. Now, I want to share something deeply. Prophetic. There are relationships waiting for you on the other side of this move. You've been asking for godly friendships, for mentorship, for someone to walk with you in this spiritual journey. You've cried out to God, I'm tired of walking alone. The angels have heard you. And inside this new chapter on that street, in that new neighborhood, perhaps at a nearby church or local gathering, someone is waiting who is assigned to your next level. They're not just a friend. They're a key. Someone who will unlock parts of you that have been dormant. Someone who will affirm the gift you've tried to hide. Someone who will speak life when others only reminded you of pain. So don't fear being the new person. Don't fear starting over. This move is not to isolate you. It's to position you. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 says, 2 are better than 1. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. You are about to meet people who won't compete with you, but cover you. Who won't drain you, but pour into you. Who won't use you, but see you. But here's the key. They're not coming to your old place. They're waiting in the new one. Now, there's another surprise you may not expect. You will feel lighter emotionally in your new space. Yes, lighter. Why? Because the old place carried the spiritual residue of what you went through. Even if you cleaned the house, even if you rearranged the furniture, the atmosphere still remembered the pain. The enemy had mapped that territory. The memories had left imprints on the walls. But where God is taking you, it's UNMAPPED. It's fresh. There are no past patterns to trap you. There are no echoes of trauma. You'll wake up and feel a joy you didn't expect. You'll laugh again and mean it. You'll breathe deeper and realize, oh, so this is what freedom feels like. Isaiah 43:19 says, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Your new place will feel new, not just look new. The very air will feel different. Why? Because it's been prayed over. Because angels have been stationed at every entrance. Because God has set up that space like a sanctuary. So let me ask you now, are you ready to walk into a home where healing happens naturally? Are you ready to cook in a kitchen where laughter returns? Are you ready to sit by a window where revelation pours in like sunlight? You're not just moving, you're being reborn. This move is not an accident. It's an answer. And inside the 4 walls of this new space is more than just a bed and a door. It's a miracle waiting in disguise. Now let me speak prophetically. To those of you who have been battling fear, fear of affordability, fear of timing, fear of leaving behind what feels familiar, the angels want to remind you, faith always unlocks provision. This won't be about what's in your bank account. It will be about what's in your obedience. Remember how God provided manna in the desert. He didn't send it all at once. He gave it daily, just enough for that day. That's how your next place will be sustained, not by your hustle, but by your trust. Matthew 6:33 says, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. That verse is your anchor. Seek him first, and the move will come. Seek him first, and the finances will follow. Seek him first, and the furniture will be added. Seek him first, and the family will feel safe again. This is not your burden to carry. This is your opportunity to believe. So let us pause now and speak this aloud together. Lord, I thank you that my new space is not empty. It's filled with blessing. It's filled with divine appointments. It's filled with joy, peace, love, provision, and purpose. I am not just moving, I'm arriving where you've already made room for me. Let your home hear you. Let heaven hear you. Let the old fears flee, and let new faith rise. Beloved, Now that you're on the brink of entering your new space, your journey is not only about crossing a threshold, it's about consecrating what's been given to you. The angels have gone before you. The door is opening. The shift has begun. But now you must claim it spiritually. The move is not just about where you live. It's about where God dwells with you. And this is why what you do when you arrive matters just as much as the journey that brought you there. Let me tell you with all love and authority, do not just walk into your new home and begin unpacking. Before you decorate, before you arrange your furniture, before you even invite anyone in, pause, breathe, and claim the land. God is giving you something holy. Whether it's a rental, a house you bought, or a space you're borrowing, it becomes sacred the moment you dedicate it to Him. Deuteronomy 11:24 says, "Every place where you set your foot will be yours." That wasn't just a metaphor. It was a promise. And that promise is now for you. So here's what the angels are leading you to do once you step into that space. Step 1. Walk through every room and speak life. Not fear, not doubt, not worry. Speak life. Open every door. Walk through every hallway. Touch the walls and say, "This space is covered by the blood of Jesus. No weapon formed against this home shall prosper. I declare peace in these walls. I declare rest in this bedroom. I declare joy in this kitchen. I declare healing in this bathroom. I declare revelation in this living room. This home is not just mine, it is heaven's dwelling place. And beloved, mean it. The spiritual realm listens when faith-filled words are spoken. Don't be afraid to say it aloud. Don't be timid. Angels are waiting for your voice to activate their assignment. Psalm 91:9-11 says, "If you say, 'The Lord is my refuge,' and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." That verse is for this exact moment. As you speak, they guard. As you declare, they deploy. Your words are not empty. They are keys. Step 2. Anoint your home with oil. You don't need anything fancy. Take olive oil, or whatever you have that's pure, and pray over it. Say, "Father, I ask you to anoint this oil. Let it represent your presence. As I touch this, hold with it. May your spirit dwell in every corner. Let this place be holy, protected, and filled with purpose." Then go to every doorway, every window, and lightly place a small touch of oil there. It's not superstition. It's submission. You are saying, "God, this door belongs to you. No darkness enters here." You are saying, "This window sees no sorrow, only light." You are saying, "Every threshold in this place is an invitation for the Holy Spirit." Joshua 24:15 says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." This act of anointing is your way of living that verse out loud. It sets the tone. It creates an atmosphere that heaven feels comfortable inhabiting. Step 3. Dedicate the first night to God alone. If possible, spend your first evening in the new space in worship and stillness. Let your music be worshipful. Let your lighting be peaceful. Let your words be filled with gratitude. You may want to sit in the middle of the living room floor and simply say, "Thank you, God. Thank you for delivering on your promise. Thank you for the shelter. Thank you for the provision. Thank you for trusting me with this blessing. I vow to steward this space with prayer, purpose, and praise." Let your tears fall if they come. Let your heart rest in His nearness, because you didn't just move into a house. You stepped into a prophecy fulfilled. You are now standing in the manifestation of what God whispered to your spirit long ago. You may not have told anyone. You may have felt foolish praying about it, but you did pray, and God did listen. And now, the place is yours. The fourth and final step is this. Ask the Lord to reveal what he wants to do next, in you and through you in this new space dot. Because while you thought this was about rest, God is saying, this is also about release. He wants to release something new in you. Maybe a book, maybe a business, maybe a baby, maybe a spiritual gift, maybe your voice, maybe your healing. But whatever it is, it will begin right here in the stillness of your new home. Isaiah 32 minutes and 18 seconds says, my people will live in peaceful dwelling places, in secure homes, in undisturbed places of rest. This is the word over your new address. This is the banner you can now raise dot, and as you settle into this place, do not forget, you were led here, you were seen, you were chosen for this specific home, in this specific season, with a specific purpose. This move is not random, it's redemptive. You are going to notice very soon that your mind feels clearer, that old thoughts, old anxieties, even old spiritual attacks have lifted. Why? Because you are no longer under the weight of the past. You are now walking in the freedom of your next level. So, beloved, breathe deeply tonight. You're not just in a house. You're in the picture. God showed you in pieces, and now you finally see it whole. You're not guessing anymore. You're home. And heaven is rejoicing. The angels who carried this message to you are now surrounding your dwelling. Your roof is covered. Your dreams are blessed. Your next steps are guided. And in the stillness of the night, you'll hear a whisper. In your spirit, this is the place. This is what I prepared for you. And I'm not done yet. So before you go, if this video touched your heart, I lovingly ask, please like this video now as a declaration that you're ready and grateful for what's coming. Comment below, blessed and ready, as a final prophetic agreement between you, heaven, and your new season. And please share this video with your friends and family. Someone you love may be preparing to move too, and this message might be the confirmation they've been asking God for. Don't forget to subscribe to Prophetic Message and click the notification bell so you never miss another divine word spoken directly to your heart. We have more videos, more messages, and more prophetic direction coming just for you. Your next chapter has just begun, and I can't wait to walk with you through it. You are seen. You are chosen. You are covered. You are moving. And what's ahead is more beautiful than you imagined. Until next time, stay expectant, stay faithful, and stay in alignment. God bless you.